Hi everybody, welcome to another edition of Walking with Wyatt. I'm voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson, and this young man is Treshaun Ward. He is a new running back for the Wildcats and a darn good one from Plant City, Florida, and a transfer from Florida State. Welcome to K-State, young man. We appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Well, let's walk and talk. Plant City, Florida. Just outside of...
It's a little in between Tampa and Lakeland, so it's like literally in the center between them.
Okay. Now, you were at Florida State and decided to come to K-State after doing really pretty darn well there. What kind of went into that decision for you, Treshaun?
You know, we just had some, with me and my coach, we had to talk about some things, and we didn't get to an agreement. So we went our ways, and we went out, pretty well. No hard feelings about it, but it was just my time, and I had to find another place for me. That's for me, and K-State was that.
You were here in the springtime. What kind of an advantage was that for you to learn a new offense?
It was great, because from coming over from Florida State and here, it was two different types of offense. And, you got to obviously get the chemistry with the quarterbacks and with the linemen as well. So it was pretty good to me get a head start on some stuff, and I'm still learning right now. But, I was way far ahead than I would have been, transferring in the summer.
Because you were limited in the spring and not too many people have seen Treshaun yet, except for where you were before. Now's where you get to tell me, what kind of style running back are you? What are your strengths?
So I like to model my game off of Le'Veon Bell. I like to be like a little patient, and then when I see the hole, I like to burst. And one thing about my game is I love making people miss. And like with me being a smaller guy, I don't like to take much hits either. So, got to take the hits off of me by, making people miss and such. But not only just that, but, I can catch the ball out the backfield, run routes and stuff. So it makes me versatile for, both in the backfield and outside of the backfield.
I don't know if you're a real big stats guy, but one thing that stood out to me for you a year ago is you rushed for over 6.5 yards per carry. That's incredibly good, right?
Yeah.
Tell me why those things were happening for you. That's pretty good.
Yeah, well, one, you got to have a good offensive line, so you can't really I can't really put all the work on me, so it was a great on their part. And then two, you just got to learn about, the schemes, go out there with the coaches, talk to them about what's going to be this and what's going to be open as far as like the plays. But, watching film too, you got to build that IQ up to be able to go see that on the Saturdays and then see a certain look and be like, oh, this is what I seen on film, and then just execute it. So it's really about the scheme, learn about the scheme, of course our offensive line, and then just being you.
Well, your offensive line here is good. You've got a returning quarterback. What is your feel so far? And as you said, you're still learning everybody, but what's your sense of what this offense has the potential to be?
We can be as special as we want to be. As far as like practice goes, offense and defense, we both have some competition. We both have days offensive win and defensive win, and that's what you want in a team, and especially championship teams too. And with the offensive line, I see, like with Coach Rouse, he's always on them about, certain looks, protection and stuff like that. But that's good to have a coach like that, because when it comes to the game, the little things, they're going to be dialed in, and, it's going to help me on my end. So, and plus they already, have the chemistry, they're older, they have experience, so, it just add there to their profile.
Who taught you the game? Who did you look up to? You mentioned Le'Veon. Who else would you say?
There's really two people that I look up to. One would be my mom, because, when I was a walk-on, she was the one that was taking out loans and all that stuff to be able to pay for my tuition and stuff like that. And, I give her all my love and stuff, because without her, I wouldn't be at the position I would be today. And then my uncle Wayne Ward, he played at Virginia Tech, and, he taught me a little bit about football. And when I was younger and stuff like that, he would make me like do workouts, do the little things that will add up to what I'll be right now. So those two people had a major, inspiration in my life.
I'm really excited to ask you this question. Is there anything about being here that has surprised you in a good way? This is such a special place, and you're going to find out what the K-State fan base is really all about. I think you're going to love that. But has anything surprised you so far?
I know on my visit, when I took my official visit here and we was at Goolsby's and whatnot, people actually knew who I was.
Yeah.
You know, I was on the newspaper and throughout Manhattan, and that was really exciting because, they all talk about the fans here, and they always talk about the fans and how they come to the game. They're traveling miles away and stuff. So, that really put a little tip in my head, and it was like, yeah, they're really one of the best fan bases in the college football.
To wrap it up, I guess I would ask you, just do you have a goal or two this year that you would be willing to share with us, whether it's personal or team-wise, or maybe both?
I definitely have a goal, and that's a big reason why, came to K-State is obviously win a championship, obviously what they did Big 12 last year, and the seasons before when they had the 2003 teams, and it's been a big talk about what we're going to do this year and how we're going to react about this year. So that's the big thing right now, and our team is taking the right necessary step to get back to that Big 12.
Excited to have you here. Go get them, buddy.
Thank you.
That's Treshaun Ward, and thanks for watching Walking with Wyatt.